Hi there. Here's a short tutorial on how you can use UASSET animations in Unreal Sequencer and how you can merge two or more animations together seamlessly. So this is a UASSET that I have downloaded from CGTrader, and it has its own animations. I'll just quickly show you. So if you go here in the monster, so these are all the animations that we have. For example, here's a jump animation, then here is an attack animation. So using this all the animations in a sequencer, we can actually create a whole animation and direct it as per our choice. So here I have the sequencer already opened. If you don't know how to use a sequencer, I'll just quickly show you. Right click in your content browser and go to level sequencer. Create a level sequence. So once you click on this, you will have something like this. Once you double click on it, the sequencer will open here. Then all you have to do is you have to put in your UASSET in the in your UV scene, and then just drag it and drop it in the sequencer. But I already have it in here, so I'll just use that one. And these are some animations that I have merged together. So these are all these smaller animations that I have combined together to make this animation. And so here our monster falls down, but he comes back towards the end of this trippy tunnel. I'll just get to the end first. Let's go here and let's slide it down. So here's our character. I'll turn off the cameras here, and right at this point, so till here the monster will stay where it is right now, and at this point I want the monster to be at this location. And the animation I'll need for this is walking animation. So let's go here and add walking animation. So I'm using these two tracks, so I'll just add it here. Let's add. So once you click on the plus sign here on the animation, this just opens up all the animations that we have. So just called walk. So we'll get this. I'll have to rotate this something like this. And I think this looks too big for the uh, monster is too big here. So what if I just place him on the instead of on the ground? What if I place it here on top of it like this? But the only issue is I'm shooting at this range and the monster will be up here. So let's see what we can do. So if I have him here, let's go to the camera left. It will work. This will work for sure. So here I want it to behave frantically. So just add something up here. So I'll just get out of this, go to perspective, and this is the, let's correct its rotation. It's 0 and probably 90 here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's move it up and make sure it's not touching the stone here. Now we will add the animation. So let's click on the animation and let's see what we can have. Heat idle. Let's see what the idle is. Okay, so we can have him walk sometime, and let's add another animation. Idle 2. So these two animation, the idle 2 and idle 1, are merging pretty well, so we don't need to do anything here. But I'll just quickly also show you if we are to merge two separate animations, then how we can do that. So let's add an attack animation here. So I'll go here and I'll shift to a different layer and we'll add attack 3. So now I want to merge these two. So how we can do it is, so if you see now, okay, this is working smoothly as it is. I'll still show you. Yeah, okay, there is a slight change as you can see. So to merge it smoothly, we'll need to manage the weight. So I just add a keyframe at 1. This should be on the same keyframe. This should be set to 0. And then here, this should be set to 0 and this should be set to 1. So now this merges smoothly. So it's getting short at this point. So what I'll do is I'll just move these 3 animations back here. Where is it getting short? Right here. Right here. So here I'll have to add the death animation. So there is a death, hit 3, idle, run, walk, run, right, walk, death. So add this one. So now as soon as this happens, I need this part here. So right here it should be at 1. So let's add 1 and this should, let's set this to 0. And here we can change this to 1 and this can be at 0. So now this also merges smoothly. Okay, but I'm not liking the way he's falling into the stone. So to work around it, what I can do is I can have him here, but as he falls, I can just rotate him like that, so that he, instead of falling down, falls right here. So that way we get this. Correct? And let's also get rid of the way he is going through this ground. Let's put him here. I think not at this point, but right here. Let's move him up a bit so that we get this. And then also you can do, what you can do is just right click on this and set the when finished to keep state. So that way whatever the state it is in at the end of this animation, it will retain that state. So now let's go and have a look through the camera, but let's add something more, which is make him walk up till here. So let's animate its walk. We can have him at this point right here. So let's add a keyframe for transform and go back to this, and let's put him slightly back over here as if he's walking towards it. Bit more back. Even though we are not going to see this, I'm still going to animate it just for the sake of it. So that way, when he walks towards us, he will have some motion to it. Like that. So as you can see, the animation doesn't look smooth here. See? A sudden jolt. So what I'll do is, let's see if we can just grab it and push it downward. Okay, we can do that. So I'll just extend this walk animation and or manage its weight. Let's set this to 1 and this to, okay, set this to 1 and this to, no, something is selected specifically. I'll delete it and add a new animation, which is idle 1, idle 2. Let's try and set this to 0. This is at 1. And now when we move here, let's set this one to 0 and this one to 1. Oh, I didn't add the keyframe. And right here, let's set this to 0. So that way we have a smooth transition between these two. Now let's watch the animation from the camera view. So we are right here and we see a glimpse of him walking towards us. We take out the gun. I think the death animation is starting a bit too early. Yes, it's starting earlier than I would expect it to. So let's move this slightly ahead, and similarly at the same time I'll have to move these keyframes as well. So that way now we get this acceptable. And during this part we want our monster to land here. So I'll make it jump with us. Let's go to the perspective view, and at this point I want it to have an idle animation. So let's add it. Let's add idle 1. Let's go to this frame. Let's keep him there. Then he'll get back somewhere here. So till this point I want him at this point, and then he'll jump. So as we land here, I want this monster to be there at the same time. Let's go to a kind of a top view, and then here rotate this, bring it down until it touches the ground. Let's press F to focus on it. This is where I exactly want him to be. So how it's gonna work is it gets up, the monster gets up, and for that what I'll need to do is I'll go at the end of this, I'll add another death animation, but this time we will reverse it. So add death, and here let's right click on it, property, and there is an option for reversing the animation. So under playback, reverse. All right. So now with this, the monster will get up on its feet. As it gets up, I'll also make it rotate and look towards us. So for that, first uh, block the transform, and as it gets up, I'll just copy this frame from here. So let's like close the transform window. Let's copy this keyframe, copy, and let's paste it at this point. I think it should happen at this point. Let's delete this keyframe. Let's move these two keyframes right here. Yeah, perfect. It's going to be there. So what I'm going to do now is I'll add a jump animation to this. So let's click jump. So as we jump along with us, this also jumps. Okay. So I think I'll have to make it quite fast. We are reaching this point right here. So what if I add the jump animation here? I'll slow it down so that we will have longer time on this. So let's say play rate should be set to 0.5. Let's go to the camera view and see how this looks. I wanted it to land right here. Perfect. So now let's animate the creature's location based on this. He starts jumping right at this point. So let's copy the location from here till here. Okay, I've blocked everything. Control C to copy, and then Control V. Just like this. Now let's move it along that. So now we get this jump, which isn't looking natural at all. So I think I can move this slightly further right here. And now we have this. But at this point I'll slightly move it ahead so we get an arc which starts long and then drops short, just like this. And here we will need an idle animation. I'll just delete this, I'll add a new one. So something which is threatening. Let's go here and add attack 3 maybe. Yeah, this will do. Let's make it walk. First forward and then backward. Let's go to the camera view. Let's try the animation of walking towards us. No, idle will do. What is attack 5? Nice, attack 5 is good, and for that I'll do this. Just see. So right here, let's add a transform value and change it to our liking, which is I want it to rotate slightly here and walk here. And when this animation starts, exactly at this moment, I want it to be all over us. Something like this. Threatening. And let's add hit animation here. Let's add hit 1, not this. What is hit 3? No. Hit idle, jump, idle, rage. Rage, let's try rage. Let's cut this animation here. So split section, delete this, move this right here, and let's add a smoothing to this. Let's add this and this. Let's set this to 0, let's set this to 1, and then right here I'll set this to 0 and this to 1. Here I'll need the death animation, so let's add that. I want it to start from there, so let's cut this, trim split section. Shit, what did I do? I pressed some key and you cannot see the animation anymore. What is this? Let's go to the bottom. Yeah, it is here. So let's delete this. Let's edit split section and delete this part. Move it slightly here. Right when it gets hit, I want to start this animation. Let's set this to 0, add keyframe at 1, and then here the act of dying starts, just like that. And I'll also change the transform here, so as it comes up and goes back, I'll set this to, I'll remove the rotation from this. So let's at this point set the rotation right. Let's go down and move this. So now when it dies, let's add a keep state, and then I'll need to make sure that when I walk towards this, let's split this here, split section, delete, and then see, let's hope we don't pass through him. Okay, we are passing through him, which is not a good sign. And to get rid of it, I'll have to slightly modify its fall. So when he falls, let's rotate him a bit and let's move him back, so that way we'll get enough space. Let's watch it from the perspective view, just to make sure that we are not going through the, we are going through it. So I'll need to rotate him a bit more, something like this, and copy this keyframe from here and paste it here. But now he is falling on the bag, which I really don't want. Let's try this value. Yeah, this is the perfect one. Control C and Control V it here, and remove these two keys. So it falls and we are not going through any of this. So I'll check this through left eye as well. There's a slightest bit of collision. Let's move him even more towards this side. Yeah, this will do. So now that's how the animation looks. Let's smooth it a bit here. Let's make this 0, add keyframe, keep 1, add keyframe, move ahead. Let's change the keyframe to 1 and this to 0. So now that this part is done, let's go and block the remaining animation. So we walk here, jump, and now when we see him, at this point I want the monster to be standing here across the bridge. So let's do that. Let's go to perspective view and I'll keep him fallen until about here. So let's add a transform value here. Then let's make him stand up. Let's add a depth animation here, but reversed. And let's make it a bit slower. 0.5. That way we get this. And then after he stands up, I'll make him walk. Towards the end of the bridge, so start of the bridge, and he's gonna jump from here. Let's add him right here. And then as we shoot, he jumps. So till here I'll keep him right where he is. At this point he needs to go down like this. But not just that way. Also needs to go up. There is a monster blockout right here. Let's make sure we add him exactly where he's supposed to be. Probably slightly bit behind. Just trying to make it round. Okay, so let's follow this lockout as it is. Let's remove this one, just remove this one. Just this can be linear. I think linear is not needed, just the timing should be correct. Let's add a jump here. Break this here, split section, and we'll slow this down to something like 0.5 so that we get a slow move here like that. this for now. Let's go to this again and add a walk animation from when he gets up. Now he's gotten up. Let's make this keep state. What's wrong with this? Okay, let's add a walk here instead. Until he stops right here. That's probably too much. Something like this, and let's add idle here. Now let's add attack here. So something like let's look for a nice attack animation. Attack 5. Let's add this one, attack 4. Let's go here and press on attack 4. So we have something like this. No. So this is better be here right before we jump. Something that he was trying to do, but suddenly I shoot, so he jumps instead. And then here we can have some other attack animation. Maybe this. And then right here, attack 2. No, there should be idle animation here instead. Let's go here, idle. Okay, let's merge these animations now. So starting from this one, let's add 1 and sorry, let's add 1 and 0 and keyframe, and here let's do 0 and 1. Clean merge. Similarly, let's do it here. This should be at 1 and this should be at 0, and then right here should be at 0 and this should be at 1 again. 1 and 0, and then here 0 and 1. Similarly, 0 and keyframe, so keep it to 1, and then 1 and 0. keep this still here at 1. Let's add 0 here, and then here 0. Remove the animation, add animation. No animation at all, and then keep it at 1. And somewhere around here, let's keep it to 1 and this to 0. Cool. Let's watch it from the camera view. At this point the hand is overlapping and I want to move the camera slightly forward. So if I go here and just select this camera pod and give it a transform value, so I'll just add everything. At this point I just want to move it slightly on the X location, so something like that, and then right here it should be back where it was. Copy it and paste it. This is what we get. Let's rotate this. No, we cannot rotate this. Absolutely not. Let's keep it as it is. So jump, and then this should keep going down. Let's put him down somewhere like this, somewhere where we cannot see him actually. Like this. It should happen fast. Camera view. Here I want him to attack. So let's add an attack animation. Attack 1, I think it will do. It's perfect. So let's merge it first. Go here, add a keyframe of 1 and add a keyframe of 0. Do it once again. Go here, add 0 and add 1. But when he is doing that, I want him closer to the camera. Way closer. So if you select him, do this, this should be slower. This animation should be slow. Let's go and add probably 0.3. Let's move the animation here. I think this will do. I can make this slow motion later on. So for example, right here I can add slow motion. There's a track for that, which is called time dilation, something like that. I don't exactly know where I've placed it. Must be here somewhere. Play rate curve, yeah. So if I add 1 here and then I reduce it, something like 0.3, and then right here if I keep it as it is and then boom it back to 1, so this is the effect that we'll get. Jump down, break. Let's bring it forth. So this how you add it is you go here to add and uh, search for time. There is this, yes, time dilation track. This is the one. So once you add this, you can change this value and add keyframes to change between the slow motion and regular speed. I'll do is I'll go to perspective view. So right here I want to make it like this, probably. Let's move it upwards slowly. Right here it's going to be here. Before that, I would want it to be something like this, where we can actually see him get up to us by climbing on this. Let's add a walking animation here. Till here, and then I'd like to add a jump animation yet once again. Jump. For that, I'll increase the or decrease the speed. Set this to 0.6. There's some mismatch with the then here it literally falls back. So this we can remove and make it go backwards somewhere like this. Let's go to the left view. Let's add some attack animations here. Left, right. What else do we have? Rage, no rage. Let's try this one. Attack 6. Let's try adding it here probably. Attack 6. As if he is trying to do something with it. Let's bring this here. Let's make it slower, like 0.6, and then reduce the influence. Skip it 1, let's skip it 0, and then somewhere here I'll make it 0 and we'll make this 1, so we get this. Alright, so let's check the final results. And here we go, the monster jumps onto us, we lose our bag, and then we go back to get it. We shoot the monster, only 2 bullets left now. Pick up our bag and we move towards the bridge, the broken bridge of this VR video, upcoming VR video. Guys, if you like this video, if it was helpful for you, please let me know in the comments. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more videos. In future I'll also be creating some specific tutorial videos which will be short, like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes maybe, just to give you some tips on how to go with any 3D work. And please also do check out my VR channel. I have linked it down below in the description. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.